Yes, my absolutely favorite pastime, of course, is fishing and diving along with painting. And so it provides access to the animals for the inspiration. So over the years, we've done many expeditions, many of them now because I work closely with the Nova Southeastern University in Fort Lauderdale to do our research work. After we, let me go back a second here, after we got the business going, after 10 years, we decided to hook up with a research institute called the Guy Harvey Research Institute now, 24 years ago. And this required us doing expeditions on billfishes, on sharks, on tunas, on coral reefs and stuff. So, and having been a diver since 1973, diving is a magnificent tool that allows me access to all these animals. And so many of these expeditions, not only here in the Caribbean, but also Central America, a lot in Panama, Costa Rica, Mexico, provide access to the animals because you can't keep them in a zoo or an aquarium. These are big pelagic species that require a lot of space, and they just don't do well in captivity. So to access them, we have to go and find them and swim with them. And we've done that successfully for more than 2 decades and provided tremendous inspiration for not only my paintings, but also content for our educational marine science initiative as well. There's a story behind every painting, and for the most part, except for a couple of penguin species, maybe, I've seen everything that I paint, and I make a point of getting to see the animal, especially if I get a commission to do a specific experience. I'll go and search for that. And so in the early years when I was really pioneering the art and what species to concentrate on, I had no knowledge of the Pacific species whatsoever, being a Caribbean person. So I went into the Pacific, both tropical and up north, northwestern Pacific, Alaska, to study all these animals, both marine mammals, birds, of course, and the fish, just so I get them right. I'd have them in front of me, looking at them, and I keep telling everybody who wants to know the secret sauce, how do you do what you do, is to be familiar with your subject matter. And it's the same, Claire, for every wildlife artist, really, is that they all spend a good amount of time in the environment in which they're trying to paint. It's just that much more difficult for people working in an aquatic medium to have access. And we have maybe a few seconds with a shark or a tuna or a billfish, whereas if you're painting North American big game or African big game or birds or whatever, you can have hours, literally hours with that animal for reference. So that's why the ocean time is so critical. Every second is important.